From the underworld hellscape of the Upside Down to the chaotic underbelly of Gotham, actor Jamie Campbell Bower is eyeing a new role as one of Batman's infamous villains. And that villain is none other than the Master of Fear Scarecrow, adding his name to the growing list of actors vying for a spot in the DC universe. Bower made a name for himself with the role of Vecna, the big baddie from Stranger Things. Now, with his wish to play the iconic Batman villain, he hopes to keep honing his talent at horror. And let me tell you, he's got the acting chops to pull off a villainous role like that. He's made a career out of giving people goosebumps with his performances. Bower shot to fame almost overnight in the latest season of the sci-fi phenomenon. He played two completely different-looking villain characters that turned out to be two sides of the same coin. One was Eleven's predecessor, Henry Creel, a superhuman like El, who ended up murdering his entire family before being found and raised by Dr. Brenner. But in Season 4's climax, we saw Eleven send one to the Upside Down when she was only 9. There, painfully disfigured by the dimension's deadly elements, he transformed into the version of himself he always wanted to be since childhood, Vecna. And let's just say, Bower was unrecognizable in Vecna's prosthetic bodysuit, but he awed audiences worldwide as both villains. We were also given a look at how they brought the terrifying villain to life. Bower had to go through an extensive transformation process to embody the monstrous character. He revealed that Vecna's appearance was heavily inspired by Dungeons & Dragons. But it wasn't just that, as they also tried to make him look like the terrifying creatures you'd encounter in a fantasy world brought to life by the fear toxin.
You're going to look absolutely
beautiful.
Bower also talked about the lengthy process of preparing for the role, which took several months to get just right. He mentioned that he only got the job in January and had to spend February preparing for it. The read-through for the show took place in March 2020, and Bower was there at the table read with everyone. He explained how he initially experimented with a nasal voice for Vecna, which he later scrapped as it didn't quite capture the essence of the character. He then went home and worked on the voice, drawing inspiration from horror icons like Freddy Krueger and Doug Bradley, who played Pinhead in Hellraiser. Bower also used his singing background to relax his larynx and achieve the deep, booming voice that suited Vecna perfectly. I have to say, Bower's dedication to his craft paid off, as he stunned audiences with his incredible performance as both Henry Creel and Vecna.
An accident. Is that why you ran all the way home instead of calling us? You're a murderer is what you are. Everyone here knows it.
And it seems like Bower isn't ready to hang up his villain cape just yet. When asked on Geek House show about the prospect of playing Scarecrow, Bower was more than enthusiastic about the idea, and I don't blame him. With his incredible range and talent, Bower could bring a whole new dimension to the classic Batman villain. But let's not forget the history behind Scarecrow. Jonathan Crane, aka Scarecrow, is a genius psychologist with a penchant for using his knowledge of fear to control others. His fear toxin can make even the bravest of souls experience their worst nightmares, and he's known to be one of Batman's most formidable foes. Similarly, Vecna's also a villain who stalks his prey in their nightmares, breaking them down mentally before breaking them down, literally and physically. It's almost as if Bower was born to play the role of Scarecrow, and his time in Stranger Things was just a warm-up for his next big gig. It's a complex character and one that he'd undoubtedly excel at bringing to life. With his impressive range as an actor and his willingness to go the extra mile to embody his characters, it's no wonder fans are endorsing him for the role of Scarecrow in the upcoming DC Universe film. If he lands the part, I can only imagine the level of dedication and preparation he'll bring to the table once again. Speaking of Batman projects, James Gunn is busy planning the opening chapters of the new DC Studios universe. The director, alongside producer Peter Safran, is hard at work on the first chapter of the DC Universe film series Gods and Monsters. Their iteration of Batman, set to appear in The Brave and the Bold, is going to introduce a new Robin to the mix, Damian Wayne. For those who don't know, Damian's the son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul, and was raised to be an assassin. When Bruce learns of his son's existence, he takes the boy under his wing and teaches him the ways of the Bat. Of course, with a new Batman and a new Robin comes a new era for the Bat family. But don't expect to see a young Bruce Wayne just starting out on his crusade against crime. Gunn has confirmed that this Batman will be a few years older than Superman, who's set to appear in his 20s. As for the exact age range, that remains to be seen, but fans are already speculating wildly. So, what can we expect from this new Batman? Well, Gunn is keeping the details under wraps for now, but one thing is certain, this Caped Crusader already has an established Bat family. Who could they be? Nightwing? Batgirl? Or maybe even Red Hood? Only time will tell. One thing's for sure, the DC Universe is about to get a whole lot bigger, and we can't wait to see what's in store for the Dark Knight and his new protege.
The Batman.
What do we do?
What anyone does when a prowler comes around.
Getting back to Bauer, though, he's no stranger to playing characters who prey on people's fears. Remember his stint in Hawkins and the Upside Down. He's got an eerie aura that makes you want to look over your shoulder, and James Gunn seems to have taken note of that. After all, no superhero story is complete without a formidable villain, and that's where Scarecrow comes in. He's the perfect choice to anchor the entire project and give audiences the shorthand they need to be caught up on some backstories. So, it looks like we might see Jamie Campbell Bower donning a burlap sack and terrifying the citizens of Gotham in the near future. And if you ask me, I can't wait to see how it goes. But hold up, folks. Gunn hasn't confirmed Scarecrow as a part of the film's roster yet. In fact, the project has been keeping its plans tightly under wraps and has only confirmed Damian Wayne so far. However, in Elseworlds, the new sub-universe of the DC Universe, Scarecrow has been given the green light. The prominent villain will likely have his own solo project alongside HBO Max's The Penguin, which is set to feature Colin Farrell reprising his role as the titular eccentric and Scarface-esque mobster. But wait, there's more. While Scarecrow's presence in Elseworlds is confirmed, Matt Reeves is currently working on both the Batman 2 and the Penguin series at the same time. So, it looks like Scarecrow's debut on the big screen is going to take a while yet. But when he does make an appearance, whether it's in Gunn's project or Reeves, one thing is for sure, Bauer will be one of the top contenders for the role. With his acting chops and love for playing the villain, he's a perfect fit to play Scarecrow and terrify Gotham's citizens with his fear toxin. So sit tight and keep your eyes peeled, DC fans, because Scarecrow is coming, and Bauer might just be the man to bring him to life on the big screen. But hey, that's all for Jamie Campbell Bower's desire to play the iconic Batman villain.
Batman, put down